What's going on, everybody? I'm Terrence, and this is Bank Shipping. Good morning, good morning. Hope everybody had a great weekend, safe weekend, fun weekend, and you know what time it is. It's time to get back to that grind. So if you ain't up, go ahead and get up, get yourself ready, get yourself together, get that mind right, and get ready for that grind. But we are here in Sterling, Virginia at one of our drop-offs, picked up a load from the customer, insulation, of course. So we got 8 skids to drop off here at this first stop in Sterling, Virginia. And then we're going to run up to Elkridge, Maryland, and drop that, 4 skids up there. And then we have a load of scaffolding to pick up in Elkridge that runs to Glen Allen, Virginia. And then after that, we'll go back to Winchester to pick up from the customer. So busy day ahead of us. We'll see how things play out, just because the second stop, they've been canceling and postponing this load for like a month and a half now. And finally, my customer got like their big boss in charge of the company is going to a job site. And finally, he told them, hey, y'all are going to have to accept this product, whether you like it or not, whether you're ready for it or not. So I actually called yesterday, and the guy told me he was still in Indiana. Wasn't expecting it till Wednesday or Thursday, when they've been told multiple times that it was coming today. So he said that somebody will be at the job site, but they said they can't unload me until like 12 o'clock or something. So I told him that's not going to work, because I have another load to get to. And he was like, well, I don't really know what to tell you. You know, if you show up earlier than that, you might not get unloaded. And so I told him, let me tell you how this works. I'm not going to sit around and wait for y'all to unload me. I mean, this insulation is light enough. I'll push it off my trailer if I have to. But y'all aren't paying me what I'm going to miss if I miss this other load. So this product isn't going to set on my trailer. So we're going to go ahead, get this first stop unstrapped and everything, so that way we can get unloaded. I got here a little early, hoping, you know, that I can get things done early. So I'll catch y'all here in a little bit. All right, guys, so we picked up our other load and got down here to the drop off. Just another load of scaffolding. It was a pain in the butt because they added 2 things. Once I was already loaded, they added these 2 things, and they kind of quickly half-ass strapped it or banded it. So going down the road, you know, as rough as some of these roads are, especially in Maryland, you know, they shifted a little bit, so I had to stop, throw an extra strap on them. But we made it. So I'm gonna go ahead, get unstrapped, get my straps put away so we can get unloaded, and then we got to head back to the customer. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. All right, guys, so we ended up dropping that load off, and without a hitch, stopped and got some fuel on the way home, got back to the customer, got loaded. I actually had to have them take 2 skids off and put 2 different skids back on, because the 2 skids on the top deck of my trailer were too tall. That particular customer, they have like a margin for each board. So like if it's a 2-inch board, you know, they got a certain margin within that 2 inches, so much over 2 inches, so much under 2 inches, that's acceptable. So, you know, if you get a run of the boards that were significantly, or, you know, pushing the boundary of that upper end, you get a really tall skid. You know, I've had skids that are anywhere from, you know, 96 inches tall. And then today, you know, I had one that was 104 inches tall, you know, so just over 8.5 feet. And so the way, you know, that my top deck is, you know, I always measure each skid, because any skid over 102 inches puts me over height. Because my top deck is a 60-inch deck height. It's a little bit on the taller side, of course, after getting, you know, the coupler and everything cut off. Most step decks, you know, that are running on a semi, you can be anywhere between, I've seen anywhere between like 56 and 60 inches. And it also depends on the truck and, you know, what kind of suspension you're running on a truck. Also wheels and tires. So, you know, I have older suspension because it's an older truck. You know, I have air ride, but it's not like low air leaf or anything. You know, it's just regular Peterbilt air leaf. So it's a little bit taller. Plus, you know, I'm on 24.5-inch wheels and tall rubber. So, you know, my truck already sets a little bit taller. And then so that gives me a 60-inch deck height. And then so that means 102 inches on the top deck puts me right at 13.6 tall. So the two skids they put on the top deck were 104. So I measured all the other ones that were on my trailer to see if we could switch them out, you know, from ones on the bottom deck. But evidently this whole run was just a super tall run. All of them were 103, 104. So they actually had to find two other skids that came off of a different line that was the same product. So we found two, you know, they were actually 100 inches tall. So boom, good to go. Now I'm under 13.6, I'm 13.4, so even better. But yeah, so after we got that situated, got everything strapped down, got out of there, and so we're going to call it a day. We're going to get back at it in the morning. This load goes up to Newark, Delaware. Then I got to come back to the customer, get another load. I'm actually going to try to see if I can find a load on my way up there, see if I can find something that's coming back or relatively short that I can run in between, just to kind of offset that deadhead. Even though they are paying me to deadhead back, you know, it's still nice to make a little extra money on another load. So kind of like I did today. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes it's hard trying to find things, you know, especially when I got to get back here. So, you know, when something has to drop the next morning, it's not going to work because I got to get a load, you know, that day. So see if I can find something that picks up and delivers same day that's relatively short or going somewhere close to where, you know, I got to pick up from this customer. So we'll see what happens in the morning and I'll get back with y'all. All right, guys, it's a little windy, so I'm apologize for that in advance. But we dropped our load off up in Newark, Delaware, our customer load of insulation. And then I ran about 20 miles north into New Jersey and picked this stuff up and brought it down here to Sterling, Virginia, which is about 35 or so miles from home. For me, from the other, you know, from my customer and everything. So they got some road construction down there that they're doing. So they're pumping out some stuff. So picked these up from Xylem, just 2 pumps, some pipes and some hoses to go along with it. So we are going to go ahead, get unstrapped, get unchained so we can get out of here and head back to the customer for the next load. So I'll catch y'all in a little bit. All right, guys, so the sun is going down. We got loaded again at our customer. So as you can see, got a nice 48-foot load of insulation. So yeah, we took that backhaul and got that dropped off. Had to wait a little bit because it was in a busy area. So but we finally got that off, got back to our customer, got this stuff picked up. I actually was on the phone and doing a bunch of other stuff. That's why it got dark on me. And then I was like, oh crap, I got to finish recording for my video. I don't have a light or anything, so I don't know if you guys can see me that well. But yeah, so this goes to Maryland tomorrow, and then probably won't get a backhaul tomorrow because I got to hurry up, get back. And get another load from the customer and then have some other things to do after that. So probably won't be wasting time. Going to try to see if I can get my truck washed because the old girl is looking very dirty. And of course, because no fenders. You know, I know you guys saw where the last video where my fender broke on the other side. So I ended up taking them completely off. And I must say, I hate it. I can't stand it. I think the truck looks super ugly like this. So I cannot wait to get new fenders, but they probably won't be in with the Memorial Day weekend and all that stuff coming. They probably won't be in until next week. So I'm just gonna have to ride like this. But it is what it is. Things happen, but we're gonna keep on moving. So I will holler at you guys later on. As always, stay prayed up, grind hard, and stay humble.